Across the world, massive structures stand frozen in time. Once symbols of ambition and progress, now abandoned and forgotten. These are the biggest abandoned megaprojects in the world. Number 1. The Ryugyong Hotel, North Korea. In the heart of Pyongyang, North Korea, stands a 105-story pyramid-shaped skyscraper that dominates the city's skyline. The Ryugyong Hotel was envisioned as a symbol of national pride and technological advancement, intended to showcase North Korea's economic strength. At the time of its construction in 1987, it was set to become the tallest hotel in the world, boasting multiple restaurants, luxury suites, and even a revolving rooftop restaurant with panoramic views of the capital. However, progress came to a halt in 1992 when the Soviet Union collapsed, leading to a severe economic crisis in North Korea. Without the necessary funding or materials, the ambitious project was abandoned, leaving behind a massive, hollow concrete shell that loomed over Pyongyang for nearly 2 decades. For years, the unfinished structure stood as an eerie reminder of failed ambitions, earning nicknames like the Hotel of Doom and the Phantom Pyramid. In 2008, Egyptian telecommunications company Orascom took on the task of covering the exposed concrete with reflective glass panels, giving the building a sleek, modern appearance. Despite this facelift, the interior remains unfinished, with no operational infrastructure, plumbing, or electricity. Though there have been occasional announcements about potential completion, including rumors of foreign investment or its transformation into an office building, no concrete plans have materialized. To this day, no guest has ever checked into the Ryugyong Hotel. Despite its striking appearance, it remains an empty shell, one of the world's most infamous ghost buildings and a towering monument to unfulfilled ambition. Number 2. Discovery Island, Disney's abandoned theme park. Disney World is known as the happiest place on Earth, but hidden deep within its property lies a place completely forgotten by time. Discovery Island, located in the middle of Bay Lake, was once a thriving wildlife attraction where visitors could observe exotic birds, reptiles, and other animals in a lush, tropical setting. Originally opened as Treasure Island in 1974, it was later rebranded as Discovery Island and became a key part of Disney's efforts to blend entertainment with environmental conservation. The island featured winding nature trails, interactive exhibits, and even a breeding program for endangered species. Guests could take a boat to the secluded attraction and explore its dense greenery while encountering everything from Galapagos tortoises to macaws. However, despite its initial popularity, the island's appeal began to fade as newer attractions, such as Disney's Animal Kingdom, offered a more immersive and modern wildlife experience. In 1999, without much warning, Discovery Island was shut down permanently. Disney never provided an official explanation, leading to speculation and mystery. Some believe it was due to the increasing costs of maintaining the island, while others point to reports of bacteria found in the surrounding waters. There were also rumors of animal welfare concerns and shifting priorities within Disney's theme park operations. Since its closure, the island has been left to nature. Overgrown pathways, decaying structures, and abandoned animal enclosures now make it look like a scene from a post-apocalyptic movie. Despite strict trespassing laws, urban explorers have managed to sneak onto the island, capturing eerie footage of forgotten Disney relics, including faded signs, rusting cages, and a sense that time has completely stood still. Though Disney has no known plans to repurpose the land, Discovery Island remains a haunting reminder of a once beloved attraction, now reclaimed by the wild. Number 3. The Soviet Buran space program, Kazakhstan. In the height of the Cold War, the Soviet Union set out to rival NASA's Space Shuttle program with a spacecraft of its own, the Buran. Designed to be fully reusable, it was an engineering marvel, boasting autonomous flight capabilities that even NASA's shuttles lacked. On November 15, 1988, the Buran made history by completing its first and only orbital flight without a crew, successfully landing back on Earth with remarkable precision. The program was a major technological achievement, proving that the USSR could match American advancements in space travel. However, political and economic turmoil soon overshadowed its success. As the Soviet Union crumbled in the early 1990s, funding for the project disappeared, and the ambitious space program was abandoned. Plans for future missions were scrapped, and the remaining shuttles were left to decay. Today, 2 unfinished Buran shuttles sit abandoned in a massive, crumbling hangar at the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan. Layers of dust, rust, and peeling paint cover the once cutting-edge spacecraft. The hangar itself is in a state of near collapse, with parts of the roof having caved in over the years. Despite their historical significance, these forgotten relics of the Soviet space race remain exposed to the elements, slowly disintegrating with time. Though some have proposed restoring the Buran shuttles for museum display, no official efforts have been made. For now, they remain haunting reminders of an ambitious space program that never got the chance to reach its full potential. Number 4. The Sanji UFO Houses, Taiwan. In the late 1970s, Taiwan attempted to redefine luxury vacationing with an ambitious and futuristic housing project known as the Sanji UFO Houses. Located along the northern coast, this collection of pod-like homes was designed to be a unique seaside retreat, combining modern architecture with resort-style living. The rounded, spaceship-like structures, inspired by mid-century futurism, gave the development an otherworldly appearance, hence the nickname UFO houses. However, from the very beginning, the project was plagued with misfortune. Financial troubles and poor planning led to repeated construction delays. Even worse, eerie reports of mysterious accidents and worker deaths on site fueled local superstitions. Some believed the land was cursed due to its history as a burial ground for Dutch soldiers. Others whispered that the bizarre structures were haunted. As a result, investors pulled out, and by the early 1980s, construction had come to a halt. The half-finished UFO houses stood abandoned for decades, their cracked windows and decaying walls giving them an even more unsettling look. Over time, the eerie site became a hotspot for urban explorers, photographers, and ghost hunters, all drawn to its strange and desolate atmosphere. Despite efforts to preserve the structures as a cultural landmark, the Taiwanese government ultimately decided to demolish them in 2010. The land was cleared for redevelopment, erasing one of the most bizarre and mysterious architectural projects in modern history. Today, only photos and videos remain, capturing the eerie beauty of Taiwan's lost UFO village. Number 5. Hashima Island, Japan's ghost city. Off the coast of Nagasaki, Japan, lies Hashima Island, a place frozen in time. Once a booming coal mining community, this tiny, fortress-like island, nicknamed Battleship Island due to its unique shape, was one of the most densely populated places on Earth. At its peak in the 1950s, over 5,000 people lived in tightly packed apartment buildings, making Hashima a self-sufficient mini-city complete with schools, shops, and entertainment facilities. For decades, the island played a crucial role in Japan's rapid industrialization. The undersea coal mines provided essential fuel for the nation's growing economy, and workers, along with their families, built their lives in this isolated, concrete metropolis. However, as Japan shifted away from coal to petroleum in the 1970s, the industry declined, and Hashima's fate was sealed. By 1974, the mines had closed, and within months, the island was completely abandoned. What remained was a ghost town unlike any other. Towering, decaying apartment blocks, shattered windows, and rusting staircases stand as eerie reminders of the island's past. With no maintenance, the structures have slowly crumbled under the forces of nature, creating a post-apocalyptic landscape. Hashima became so infamous for its haunting, desolate beauty that it was used as the inspiration for the villain's hideout in the James Bond film Skyfall. Today, parts of the island have been opened to tourists, and in 2015, it was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site due to its industrial history. However, much of the island remains unsafe to explore, as collapsing buildings and harsh weather conditions continue to erode what's left. Whether viewed as a historical landmark or a dystopian nightmare, Hashima Island remains one of the world's most haunting abandoned megaprojects. Number 6. China's empty replica cities. Imagine strolling through the streets of Paris, admiring the Eiffel Tower, only to realize you're completely alone. Or taking a gondola ride through the canals of Venice, but there isn't a single person in sight. This isn't a dream or a surreal movie scene, it's the bizarre reality of China's replica cities. In an effort to accommodate rapid urbanization and attract wealthy investors, China has built entire cities modeled after famous European landmarks. These developments, meant to be thriving luxury communities, feature stunning recreations of Paris, London, Venice, and even Austrian villages. Tianduching, for example, is a near-exact replica of Paris, complete with its own 354-foot-tall Eiffel Tower. Similarly, Thames Town replicates an Old English village, with cobblestone streets, red telephone booths, and even a Gothic-style church. However, despite their architectural beauty, many of these cities remain eerily empty. The problem? Sky-high real estate prices, lack of economic opportunities, and poor planning have left these developments without the residents they were built for. While some areas have seen a slow increase in population, others remain largely uninhabited, with rows of empty buildings and streets that feel like ghost towns. The sight of grand, lifelike European landmarks standing in silence creates an unsettling contrast between ambition and reality. While China continues to expand its urban landscape, these abandoned or underpopulated cities serve as reminders that even the most extravagant developments can fail if there's no demand to sustain them. Number 7. The unfinished Soviet space station, Mir 2. Before the International Space Station became a symbol of global space cooperation, the Soviet Union had its own ambitious plan for the future of space exploration, Mir 2. Designed to be a larger, more advanced version of the original Mir space station, Mir 2 was meant to cement Soviet dominance in orbit, with cutting-edge research facilities, improved living quarters, and expanded docking capabilities for long-term missions. Construction on the project began in the 1980s, with several modules designed and partially built. The station was intended to be a permanent Soviet outpost in space, capable of supporting cosmonauts for extended periods and advancing research in zero gravity. Unlike its predecessor, Mir 2 would have featured a powerful solar panel array and a sophisticated propulsion system to maintain its orbit independently. However, history had other plans. As the Soviet Union collapsed in the early 1990s, economic struggles forced the Russian government to abandon the project. Funding for Mir 2 dried up, and the ambitious space station was never completed. Instead, some of its components, most notably the core module, which was later renamed Zvezda, were repurposed and integrated into the International Space Station, where they continue to serve astronauts to this day. While Mir 2 never became a reality, its legacy lives on in the ISS, proving that even abandoned dreams can find new purpose. Yet, the station as originally envisioned remains an unfulfilled chapter in the history of space exploration, one that might have taken humanity's presence in orbit in an entirely different direction. These megaprojects were built with grand ambitions, but in the end, they became relics of lost dreams. Some are crumbling ruins, others are frozen in time, waiting for a future that may never come. Which of these abandoned projects fascinated you the most? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more incredible stories from around the world.